Welcome to the R.D.C. show. Richard,
Derek,
Chris. All right, we're gonna get right into it.
About goddamn time, man.
No
we got
special
guests coming out all the fucking time.
Trying to take our glory away
You
from
know what I'm
us.
saying? Shit.
All right, guys. I got a hot topic this week. I want to talk about Paul Ryan.
Again?
Here's some of the things we find out about Paul Ryan. He wants to cut entitlement spending. The COC says his budget will add $10 trillion to the debt in 20 years, which I guess ain't a lot, but still adds to it. His voting, he voted for the stimulus, he voted for the bailout, he voted for the Medicaid bailout. So he's not exactly been on the side he preaches.
Of the people like us.
Obama cuts. They keep talking about how Obama cut $7 billion out of Medicare, and the difference between what Ryan did. Okay, what Obama did, supposedly, might not be real, might be real, who knows? Was cut waste, overspending, overcharging, cut fraud. It was cuts to the provider, not to the benefactor. Meaning they were cutting it to doctors, insurance companies, and all that. And that's how they were saving money.
Not to the
Cutting
patient.
it to, not to the patient.
Even though it's still getting pushed down on the patient anyways, it doesn't fucking matter.
Ryan's $7 billion cut would take all the money, put it in one big pot, give it to the state, and the state would give each person so much. And if your voucher was only for $200, but you had to have surgery that cost $1,000, you're shit out of luck, buddy. That's what you get. So he takes it from the person and gives it to the benefactor or the provider.
That shit should carry over then.
His tax cuts. In his tax cuts in his budget, he's gonna tax the bottom 1/5 are gonna pay $1,000 to $3,000 more in taxes because of the tax burden it's gonna put on their shoulders. Now, how can the bottom 1/5 afford that? Where the top end taxpayers can get up to $250 million tax cut, but the poorest people are going to pay $1,000 to $3,000 more
for insurance.
That's the taxes that they're going to give them. He wants to do away with capital gains tax altogether. He says, and that way people like Mitt Romney would pay no taxes.
Yep.
Not only would he not pay 13%, he would pay none. He's even said it himself. You can YouTube it and see the video.
He would know better than anybody else.
He wants to take away the student loan program. He wants to cut food stamps, but yet he wants to add $300 billion to the military. Now, adding $300 billion to the military and saying that's how he's going to make jobs, isn't that making the government bigger? Isn't that their biggest bitch that they're always throwing a fit about? I guess that's really all I got to say about him. What do you think so far about what I told you about Paul Ryan?
I mean, you know what? Paul Ryan, he sounds like a very educated dude, just like everybody thinks Obama is, because they do what they do and they got the words to speak.
Right.
But he sort of looks like the devil to me. He sort of looks like Al Pacino from fucking Advocates. Devil's Advocate.
Yes, he does.
Yes, he does, dude.
He's the devil.
I mean, I don't know how else to explain that shit.
I haven't seen the movie, so
you haven't? Oh, damn! You Keanu Reeves and Al Pacino.
But what do you think about everything I said about him?
Well, it's like I said. I think that the reason they picked Paul Ryan, for one, is that he's so close to Mitt Romney already, so he's not scary.
Right.
He's not.
Well,
if you're comfortable with Romney, then you'll be comfortable with Ryan. Period.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
And he carries the far right conservative line, the stuff they want to do. They want to end any kind of social welfare, that what they call any kind of social program. Well,
I believe
you
in
know,
that shit too, to a point.
you got to look at both sides. Now, I see the side
a
every
point.
day where people abuse the system and are basically just ripping off everybody that pays taxes because they aren't trying to get a job. They're just sitting back. They don't ever care to even try to work.
Yeah.
Spot, what's up, Spot?
Well, Spot.
Let's conversation.
That's it.
Yeah.
Spot's ready. He's always ready.
First time ever. All these weeks, he jumped up in there.
But you know that's
Get out of here,
basically
big
what
fry.
they want to. You know what they want to do is get rid of all the social welfare programs. According, you know, it's ridiculous. The fact is that we spend 3 times as much in corporate welfare, giving tax breaks and incentives and grants to companies. Where if this is free market, why shouldn't they just go out there and take the risk and do everything the way entrepreneurs always did?
Right?
Why do they gotta?
Right.
Why is the government's
location,
money,
right?
And oftentimes they're supposed to be matched. It's supposed to be a percentage of the government money, and it ends up being 100% government money to run the project because they don't actually put their own
Because you'd
money
be up
into
in
it.
Eastwood Town Center and shit.
Well, all that type of shit. You know, you got. But really, what he's gonna do is just like what
Are
Rick
malls
Snyder
actually that
did
good?
in Michigan.
I don't think malls are actually that good because they're a big ass fucking. It's a big ass sinkhole of fucking money.
Well, the prices
Isn't it?
Prices are always higher there.
Always.
But
Always. And for the name.
Your Spot just
And
wants
for
to be
the
in the
name.
conversation this week.
What a spot.
if you look at the way what Rick Snyder did, right? Everybody, I said this a couple of times, and I don't know if I worded it correctly, but I want to say that, you know, he cut spending, right? He slashed all these programs. He raised revenue by raising taxes on people that weren't ever taxed before, like people getting a pension, or, I don't know, no, Social Security isn't included in that, are they?
Mm-hmm.
I think it's just pensioners. You know, they tax pensioners, and basically, I don't know how the fuck you expect to survive an election when you attack the biggest voting population in Michigan, but somehow they'll fucking pull it off.
Well, yeah, because you're not supposed to be ready. You're not supposed to be ready for that shit.
Spot is into the conversation.
The problem is that they said he did what he said he was going to do. Yeah, he came in and he cut spending and he raised revenue, but then he turned around and took all that plus and gave it back to the fucking wealthiest among us.
And that's exactly what Ryan.
That's
and,
exactly
and,
what Ryan's going to do.
And Romney are going to do if they get in there. And people are not going to think about it till it's hitting them. And all of a sudden, the poorest people are paying more in taxes while their bosses are paying less. Then it might start to sink in a little bit. So people like me and you start paying $1,000 to $3,000 more in taxes for no reason. Then all of a sudden everybody's gonna go, man, Obama was a pretty good guy.
Right?
Most people don't realize that they right now pay less less gets taken out of their check right now than they did under Bush.
Yeah,
Your taxes are less now than they were under Bush. He cut our taxes.
Yeah, even more.
Yeah. I thought, well, isn't that the conservative?
And that's the bad
plan?
thing to do. That's the bad thing to do. If conservatives do it, that's good. But if Obama does it, that's
The whole idea of
that's
trickle-down
bad.
economics is so bunk and such bullshit because the people at the top that are really wealthy
don't have to let it trickle down.
they don't need to spend it.
Exactly.
They can just hold on to it. They aren't going to
Exactly.
spend it and put it back into the system, you know. But I
It's
didn't.
bullshit.
Did you have something else that you want to talk about?
Well, something to tie in there. Look, we're talking about him and his budget and stuff. I think this might be seem a little crazy, but I think budgets and all that should be voted on by the people. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think why should Congress, if they're going to cut food stamps and cut student loans and cut the people that need it, why should that budget be able to get passed without the poor people saying okay?
Yeah.
Because you know why? Because it would never happen. The rich people would have to give in eventually and fucking start giving or be voted in. What if all the people in America said, yeah, if you make over $5 million a year, you got to pay so much in taxes?
All they would do is take a bill like they do now, and go, this is aid for orphans. That's the name of the bill, is aid for orphans. And in the fucking middle of the bill, you dig down and you find out, oh, this is to give the entire legislature a 3% pay increase. That's the way they do shit now. We just, in that last election that we just had, most of the people thought they were, they were voting on a bill that had something to do with the CATA's transportation for the elderly.
Yeah.
But what was tucked into that was a $5 what was it, like $500,000 grant to Old Town for more development money.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Nothing gets built down there without fucking government development or without government money.
Right. Money is taken.
Which is sort of good, though. I mean,
I don't know, man. We talk about Ryan, we talk about Bonero, and
also the same
we talk
person.
about fucking Obama. But I think that we're equally fucked, man. I really
person.
don't. I don't think, you know.
It's all the same person.
Well, let me end this segment on these guys by this. They like to talk loud about Obama lying. And they keep spurring up Obama lies, blah, blah, blah. He lied about this, he lied about that. Let me just give you a few quotes here. Read my lips. No new taxes. George Bush #1. That's why he got booted out of office, because he raised taxes like a motherfucker. There are weapons of mass destruction.
WMDs. Which is exactly
George
what they're
Bush
saying about Iran
#2.
right now, if you're paying attention.
George Bush #2. I had nothing to do with Watergate. Good old Mr. Nixon. The Iran-Contra scandal does not exist. Oh, 2 months later. I'm sorry, but I seem to have been wrong when I told you that we weren't paying those troops to fund the war. That was Mr. Ronald Reagan. And, of course, the more popular ones, I did not have sexual relations with that girl. All presidents lie, people. Some of them cost us millions and millions of dollars and thousands of lives as far as our troops being killed by going to stupid wars that don't need to be happening. Other ones are nothing more than a guy getting his pecker licked on in the bathroom or on the White House table.
Yeah, what's wrong with that?
So,
Nothing.
you know, we gotta just know that all presidents lie. Just don't let one side tell you the other side's better. But I do fear for Romney and Ryan. I have, as a poor person, I have deep fears that those two make it. We're fucked. The ship has sank.
We're definitely on the decline here, and I'm not sure what the path is out of this mess, but we are really in the deep shit right now.
And another,
It is
And
a runaway train,
any
a
politician
fucking
is going to tell you
free-for-all.
what you want to hear.
It's a fucking free-for-all. They're doing whatever the fuck they want.
real quick, kind of on this story, while we got
It's
a couple
scary.
minutes left.
It is scary.
We need to quit training Afghan troops that are killing our soldiers. That's retarded. Like Christopher said, we're paying them to fight us. And now we're training them and they're murdering our people left and right. And they're murdering our fucking special forces unit, which is over there training them. It's not just normal, not that it's okay to kill our normal ones, but these are highly trained people. And they're being wasted because the guy hands a gun to them, and you hear about it all the time. It's nothing new. It's been going on ever since we were in Afghanistan. That's why we need to
What happened to Pat Tillman?
That's a whole other story, brother. I got the documentary. You ever watch it?
Exactly.
You ever watch a documentary?
Shit.
Where
that's
the
some bullshit.
fucking
Tell me the
Black Hawk
story.
takes them out?
Tillman
Friendly
story.
fire.
Oh, not only that, what his mom and dad went through, the way Bush and Cheney lied to them and told
Lied
them that
big time, dude.
he was shot by enemy,
Yeah.
and hid the fact that they knew he was shot by friendly fire. But that's a whole nother topic, so we're gonna have to not get into that. That's a big one right there.
Yeah, good thing we're at the end of the segment.
So, on that note, I guess that was my feelings on Paul Ryan. We're gonna take a quick commercial, and we'll be right back. Peace.